morning, guys. So today we're gonna do a little bit of a different video. We're gonna go ahead and do kind of a little coffee talk while I organize my seeds. So the end of February, this is the last week of February. I'm excited. That means it's gardening time. Yay! So we got to get some seeds started today. And we have to organize our seeds, figure out what we have. I have one more package of seeds coming, or one more shipment of seeds coming tomorrow. And I'll tell you what's in there. A lot of my seeds I saved. Some of my seeds I've had, I don't know. If you store them right, you can use the seeds they'll last for more than a year. I haven't had a problem with any of them. There are some seeds that I do need to start today because they are slow growing, like my rosemary, parsley, lavender, thyme. I think I'm going to start my cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and celery as well. But that's going to be in a little bit. First, we have to organize our seeds and figure out what we have. So grab a cup of coffee and join me, won't you? So I keep my seeds in these photo boxes. And I had to get a second photo box this year because a lot of my seeds I have too many. So first I want to pull out the seeds that I want to start. This is a new one this year, I think. Nope, it's not. Napa cabbage. I don't know if I'm going to start that or not yet. I have lots of lettuces. I'm also going to label I can start my kale today too. I'm going to label and I can start my spinach today. Do I want to start my spinach? Yeah, I'm going to start my spinach today. Okay. So I have 2 containers with lettuces, kales, that kind of thing. Here's another spinach. Okay. So I am going to get a marker and I'm going to label these because it's kind of driving me crazy that I can't figure it out unless I take them out. These can go back in. I have lots of beans. And I'm probably going to have to put some of my beans in a second container as well. So let me grab a container out of the new one. I think I might have peas in there too. All right, so what I should probably do, let's see, what do I have here? Contender beans, I will definitely be growing those. Jade beans, I grew these in my green stock last year and I really, really liked them. What else do I have? I have some snow peas in here. Melting sugar peas and telephone peas. I did order some snow peas, so there are snow peas coming at some point. Maybe I should just do beans in one and peas in the other. Nah, I'm going to do both connected. I don't know why, but they seem related to me, even though I know they're not. So I think this year I want to do, I want to grow some bush beans. I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to do pole beans this year or not, but I am going to do some bush beans. I'm trying to kind of pare down a little bit on what I do. So I have some radishes, lots of different radishes. I have Swiss chard here, kale. Oh, so I guess I didn't need to put my lettuce and kale in the same one. Okay, well, I'll just make a separate one for kale and mustard greens. I'll move my radishes to a new one. So, kale, mustard greens. That's the Mizuna. I've never grown it. I got a bunch of free seeds from Baker Creek. And, and Swiss chard. Swiss chard. All right. All right. I guess I could grab my kale out of here, though, that I'm going to plant. All right, so what did I grab? I have the dinosaur kale, but I think I have an open dinosaur kale here somewhere. Yes, so I'm going to open that, or do that. And I guess I'll do the blue scotch kale, which is the curly kale. Okay, so I have spinach and kale out so far. Let's see. This is squash. I'm not ready to plant squash yet, but I am going to need another container for my squash, a second one, because that one's full. And I have some squash. I think I got squash already. All right, so I'm going to move some of these squash to a new container. So these are, let's see what these are. I think these are butternut squash, and these are acorn squash that I saved. And now I have written all over my container. Okay. I probably should do like winter squash and summer squash, but I think the problem is that I have, let me look at these new squash, or new, are these all flowers? I do want to plant some flowers too. All right, so new to me this year is eggplant. I actually had eggplant for the very first time at my niece's baby shower. I've never had it, I know. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So growing eggplant this year, I think I might start that now too. And I have some Copenhagen cabbage. Copenhagen, this is the green cabbage. I'm going to start that. I think I'm going to start some rapini. Let's see. 4 to 6 weeks before your average last frost date. So my average last frost date is the beginning. So this is close. I'm going to get that out. Then I have this red acre cabbage also. Oh, I also have beets for the first time. Golden beets. I heard that those don't have as much of an earthy taste. So if you guys have ever grown these, let me know how you like them. All right, these are sweet peppers. Here's my lavender. Okay. I thought I had some yellow squash in here. Maybe not. All right. Let me do one for cabbage and radishes. Oh, I could put my... Okay. These are all carrots. I don't think I'm ready to grow carrots yet, or plant them yet. Look at this, you guys. It is a Yaya hybrid carrot. I grew these last year. These were actually the only carrots that came up last year for me. I have some Atomic Red this year. And I have lots of Danvers carrots, free seeds that I got from Greenstock. I have some Little Finger carrots. I thought I had some rainbow carrots. I think I'm missing some seeds. Because I really thought I had some rainbow carrots too. These aren't them. Maybe they're in here somewhere. Okay, so let me label this carrots. And I'm going to try and interplant a lot of my stuff this year too. I have not been very good with that. These are more beans. More beans. I should probably put those with the... Wow, I have 3 things of beans now. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine, right? This is melon. I have not grown melon. These are old seeds. It didn't do well for me, so I just didn't want to waste the time. These are, what are these? Sweet peppers. Sweet peppers. Sweet peppers. I'm not going to grow as many different kinds of peppers this year either. I'm going to try and limit it, but what I am going to grow, hopefully will grow pretty good. These are cucumbers. I'm not planting those yet. These are hot peppers. I think the only hot peppers I'm going to grow this year are jalapenos and maybe some Sugar Rush Peach. Because I made a hot sauce last year and that was really good. These are all flowers. These are paste tomatoes. Do I only have 1 of tomatoes? Are you kidding me? I have more beans. Y'all, I have way too many. Oh, I think I just stuck stuff in here. That's what's going on. Okay. I need to figure this out. All right, well, what am I doing here? All right, let me do my tomatoes. I have more tomatoes coming tomorrow too. I know that. I have a bush type slicing tomato coming. There's some broccoli. All right, guys, I'm back. Got my seed starting mix already. And let me show you here. So I moistened it. So when I squeeze it, it sticks together, but I'm not squeezing any water out of it. And that's what you want for your seed starting. I also added, even though this is seed starting mix, I added some vermiculite to it just to make it a little bit lighter. So let's get started filling our trays. All right, so I think I'm gonna do my herbs first. Okay, let me put that there. There we go. All right, so. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fill up our trays. With our seed starting mix. And I'm trying not to make a mess. So even though seed starting mix does come sterilized, sometimes, you know, you can get those gnats in there and stuff. So, and since I'm starting these in my house, I don't really want those in my house. So I moisten with boiling water and then let it cool off. And I just want to push my soil down so that there's no air pockets in the cell. Some of these are a little bit full right now. Okay. Like, I'm gonna pull out any big sticks because I did not sift this. You can sift your starting mix if you want. I just have never really had that much of a problem with sticks and things in it, so the few that I find I can pull out. I am using Coast of Maine for my starting mix here. And then what I'm going to do, I'll show you, is when I plant the seeds, I'm actually going to top it off with vermiculite because that'll help hold in some of the water and the seeds won't have a problem sprouting through that. Getting dirt on me. But that's just a sign that it's gardening season. Okay. All right, so let me brush all this off, all this excess off. Okay. All right, well, it's just a fact that I'm gonna get dirty here. Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna take my gloves off. All right, so I think this is gonna be my herbs, this one. So this is gonna be the rosemary, parsley, thyme, and I think I'm also gonna do my lavender as well. And rosemary takes a long time to germinate. So, but I love rosemary. And look how tiny these seeds are. They are super tiny. Okay, so I am just gonna basically sprinkle some on top of my row here. Okay, and put these extras back in. Okay, then the next is gonna be thyme. These are also, look at these, super tiny. So this thyme is from M.I. Gardner. And again, just gonna sprinkle them on top. Okay. Okay, so I have my rosemary and thyme planted. Okay, that can go there, that can go there. Parsley now. And the same thing, I'm just going to sprinkle it on top. This is the flat leaf parsley, and now the curly parsley. Do I have any curly parsley left? No. Okay, then no curly parsley. I'll have to get some more of that. lavender. This is, what is this, from Botanical Interests? Yes. So Kevin over at Epic Gardening has a company called Botanical Interests. And I love their seeds. And they always package them up so nice. All right, let's see here. All right. Oh, these are small too. Okay. Maybe a couple more than the last one. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is so this is already moist. I am not going to put more soil on top. I'm just going to top them off with vermiculite. Because the vermiculite is really light, so the seeds will be able to get through it. It's also going to hold down any of that. And I'm just going to press down so that I have good contact, soil contact with my seeds. Just a little more over here. Now, before I forget, I'm going to label these because I will forget what's in them. You can actually start your seeds just in straight vermiculite or straight peat moss. The only thing you have to be careful of is when you do that, you're going to need to, as soon as they sprout up, you're going to need to put them into a different pot because the vermiculite and the peat moss doesn't really have enough nutrients. So the seeds themselves, they have enough nutrient in the seed casing to get them to sprout. But once they have their first two leaves, you're going to need to transplant them. So because I used some seed starting mix, once they sprout, I can actually just start using a diluted fertilizer. Okay. So let me get now how I label these is I use tape and a Sharpie. All right, so this was rosemary. Then thyme. So I'm going to do a new thing this year. I want to see exactly how much money I'm saving by having my own garden. So I'm going to be keeping track of everything I harvest and how much it would have cost me at the store. So I hope you guys will join me on that endeavor, and let's see how much money you can save by just having a garden. And again, my garden is not that big. So I live in the city. I don't have acreage or anything like that. And clearly, I don't have a roll of tape that works either. Okay, so parsley is next. And lavender. I think I spelled lavender wrong, but that's okay. Okay. All right, so I have these done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just spray the top a little bit, wet it down, and I am going to put a shower cap over the top of these to use as a humidity dome. So let me grab all that and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm just gonna spray them with water, wet them down. And this vermiculite is going to help hold in that moisture. I'm going to put these in my grow room under the lights. My grow lights will stay on 16 hours a day until they sprout. Well, they'll stay on 16 hours a day. And I'm going to put these on a heat mat until they sprout as well. Ooh, is this going to fit? It should. It should. Okay, well, good enough. All right, so we have our herbs done. Yay. All right, now let's go on to the next. We'll get these set aside and then we'll go on to the next step. All right, so on to the next ones. Let me get some more of my seed starting mix here. And again, you don't want to pack this down. You just want to get all the air bubbles out. You want to get it all the way down to the bottom. Actually, let me turn this around and get it on this side. Okay, so okay, let me move this back out of the way. Get some of that off. Don't want to waste it. Okay. Okay, so all right, we are going to do, okay, so next we are going to be planting, let's see, I have cabbage. I'm going to do my broccoli rabe. So I'll do broccoli rabe, broccoli, and maybe the 2 kales. Or the 2 cabbages. 2 cabbages, I think. If I can get into this. Hello. Oh no, I can't open my envelope. There we go. Operator trouble. Alright. So this is the broccoli rabe. Again, super tiny seeds. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to just scatter the seeds on the surface and cover with vermiculite until they sprout. Okay. Then my broccoli. Okay. And I think my 2 cabbages. I think the kale is going to go in a different pot. I have never grown cabbage before. I'm pretty excited about this. So, I like coleslaw. I see people preserving, like canning coleslaw. And I just wonder how that is. Does it stay crispy? If you guys have had any kind of experience with that, let me know in the comments if it stays crispy and what recipe you use. Because I would love to can some coleslaw so you just have that taste of summer over the winter time. I long for summer in the winter time. It's not my fave. Winter is not my fave. We actually haven't had that bad of a winter this year, but I'm still not a fan. Okay. Having a hard time opening these packages. Getting my fat little fingers in there. Okay. Here we go. And the green cabbage. And I will thin these out if they sprout. I'm just putting several in each cell, and then I'll thin them out once they sprout to separate pots. Okay, now the vermiculite goes on top. I've had really good success doing it this way. So, my motto, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. I'm going to keep doing it this way. And then I just pat it down to make sure that there's good contact between the seed and the soil. All right. Now we're going to spray this down. All right, and I need to label them. What did I do? There it is. I found it. All right, so What do I have here? Broccoli rabe. Broccoli. Red cabbage. I just remembered I also need to plant my Brussels sprouts today. And green cabbage. All right. And a shower cap. This one fit a lot better than the other one. Okay. Now this will also go upstairs in the grow room on the heat mat. And we will do the last, which is our kale, our spinach, and our Brussels sprouts are the last ones that we have to do. All right, so our last little bit that we're planting today. And I actually have the humidity domes for these little trays upstairs in the grow room. So I don't need to use a shower cap for these. Those shower caps are great though. I use them for everything. They're disposable and I use them for like to cover my sourdough when it's rising. And as humidity domes. Okay. I'm making quite the mess here. I'm going to go ahead and fill this one up too as long as I have it out. I'm hoping maybe my compost will be ready this year for my compost bin, and I can use some of that in my beds. I kind of got a slow start on composting, trying to figure it all out, but I think I've got it now, and I've got my compost bin in a place that's convenient, so I'm more likely to put material in it. And I've been saving all my little scraps in the kitchen and putting those in the compost bin to become future vegetables. Okay, I'm gonna clean this one off a little bit too. All right, so put that aside. All right, so what have we got here? We're going to do this way. I'm going to do spinach and kale in this one. These seeds are a little bit bigger. I just saw one go flying there. I'm also going to put in another bed this year, but it's going to be a smaller bed. It's I think 3 by 6 and a foot deep. Because I got my garage done last year, and there is a spot next to the garage that I could do like shaded plants. There's a stick. I'm going to get that out of there. Like my chard, my spinach, and I'm going to put like an insect barrier over it, I think, as well, just because I have a squirrel issue. And they think that my garden is their buffet, which I don't appreciate. And somebody in my neighborhood is feeding them peanuts, which is fine, but then they come and try and bury the peanuts in my garden, which I don't appreciate because I'm not growing peanuts. All right, so that is spinach. This is going to be curly kale, blue Scotch kale. Okay. All right, so let me get some vermiculite on this. Now these are cool loving, so I am going to take these off the heat mat the minute they germinate. All right. Spray, spray, spray. I'm gonna have a lot of cleanup to do on this table after. Okay, now, label. You always want to label. Trust me. I'm good at labeling when I plant the seeds, you know, when I inside, but when I plant them outside, I'm really bad about remembering what's where. Spinach was in these two. And curly kale. Okay. And now this one is going to be I'm going to label it now. Oh. I need to do my celery too. Okay. I will do Dino kale. And then I'm gonna do, I'm thinking, I gotta get my seeds out because I didn't get my Brussels sprout seeds out. Did I get my celery seeds out? No. All right, I'll be back. All right, I think I am going to do so I have celery here. I'm going to do Utah tall celery from M.I. Gardner. Now I don't remember. Did I plant something here? All right, and Brussels sprouts. All right, so just 3 celery, 3 Brussels sprouts. I think, I don't know if I did my dinosaur kale. I don't think I did. And if I did, there'll just be a lot in here. Okay. Celery. And Brussels sprouts. Okay. And might need more vermiculite. Maybe not. Maybe I have just enough. All right, so get some good contact with the soil on these. And spray down. All right, we are set. Our first seeds planted for the 2024 garden seasoning. Yay! All right, so I hope you guys will join me on this adventure where I see exactly how much money I can save by growing my own garden instead of buying fresh produce at the store. So if this sounds like something that will interest you, I do hope that you will subscribe to my channel. If you want to help my channel grow, you can help me by sharing this video on your social media with your friends and family and encouraging them to subscribe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up in YouTube, which is a like. And thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time in the garden. Bye.